It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. And coming right up, we'll see the Utah Jazz playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves have been staying very focused in this last stretch. They must be satisfied with the way things have gone for them over the first few months. They've played with confidence and composure and have won more than their share of games. And a chance in this one to get a look at the NBA's leading scorer. Freak has just been incredible so far this season. Just defies description. Do you see him holding onto the scoring title this year, Kenny?
Well, a big thing for Freak is trying to avoid the stat-chasing things that a lot of former players tried to do. Just getting his points. Now, if he just comes in and plays the way he's been playing, then
Minneapolis, Minnesota, our setting as we take a look at this striking view of the landmark 3rd Avenue Bridge. Home court belongs to the Timberwolves in this one as we bring you a Western Conference matchup here live from the Target Center in Minneapolis. Welcome to the Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
Move the ball.
And this game marks the start of a road trip here for the Jazz. This is a team in search of an identity. They've dropped 7 of their last 8, and they have looked completely out of sync.
Well, I tell you what, for a team that's struggling, the road is not the answer. And this team has struggled wherever they've played. They've just had a tough time playing good winning basketball.
And I'm sure the last thing they want right now is to have to go out on the road. You'd rather work out your problems before hitting the road, but they'll just have to suck it up and use this trip to try to turn things around.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at the Jazz, we've got Hayward. Gobert is out there with Lyles. Then it's Sheldon Mack, and it's Hood in at the shooting guard.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And Mack kicks to Hayward. Out to the right wing, stolen by Brooks. Unloads. He drains the quick shot. Brooks has got 5 points so far. On defense, Minnesota. It's a 3-point game. Last time they met was in Utah where they beat the Jazz.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Clearly, that was the overriding factor. A double-digit advantage on the boards. They just pounded them inside.
And that one is hammered home.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. And the second free throw, good. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Shot clock at 6. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here, and he gets it to go.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, the head coach for the Jazz gave me a few moments to catch up with him. It's been a pretty even matchup against this team, at least so far this season, with a game going each way in their first 2 contests. And the key to them taking this one tonight, he said, is defense. We know they can score with anyone, and we're certainly capable of putting some points on the board when we need to. But we can't get into a barn burner shootout with them. We've got to slug it out, play some gritty D, and make them work for everything. Kevin, this should be a tough game.
Thanks, Doris. That's a potent offense they're up against right now, and they know it.
This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is finding the mark.
Literally every shot, partner. I mean, they just aren't missing.
Gobert, the screen. Hayward can hit.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Brooks outside. He dishes it to Towns. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
And let's step back for a second to look at the top shooting point guards in basketball this season. Number 1.
And he's been even more accurate with his shooting than he's been with his passing. Just a terrific percentage from the field.
And, Greg, this isn't a power forward we're talking about. I mean, this is a point guard. He's knocking down shots from 20 feet like they were layups.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Gorgie Dang comes in, and Ricky Rubio subbed in for Levine.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Boy, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
There's a good screen. Nato. And that one comes up a bit short. Timberwolves leading by 13. Brooks with no one around. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Nato covered by Rubio. Brooks grabs the board.
You know what? His finishing ability is not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
Nato covered by Rubio. To the paint to end the drought. Shots good by Lyles. Lyles got his second bucket tonight.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Here is Brooks. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. For the 3, and the release was before.
All right, target center, coming out of the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
And welcome back. It's been all big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Boozer comes in for Gorgie Dang. Andrew Wiggins checked in for Hill, and Brooks subbed in for Ricky Rubio. The Jazz also changing it up. Lyles checked in for Gobert. Shelvin Mack comes in for Alec Burks, and it's Burke in for Exum. So on the floor for Utah, we've got Shelvin Mack. Ahmed is out there with Hayward. Then there's Trey Burke. Jazz trail by 9. Here's Mack, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Max got his second bucket. Minnesota's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
It's Brooks on the wing. Burke covering. Pekovic with a screen. The drive by Brooks. Baseline try. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
That's a terrific set that they just ran.
Burke kicks to Hayward. And it's off from three-point range. Timberwolves leading by 9. Brooks outside. Here's Boozer, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Warriors got the job done. He finished with 54 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Just numbers that really jump out at you in a box score.
Appreciate it, Doris. Thanks. Well, we've seen a lot of great players have a lot of great games, but that was something special.
And I love that no matter what approach they tried against him, nothing worked. I mean, he was ready for everything.
It makes you wonder what kind of defense they'll throw at him tonight. I mean, however they choose to play him, it's still going to take a special effort to keep him under control.
Nato, Brooks covering. Nato, another miss by Utah.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because he got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
And here is Brooks. He's got 19. Pekovic with a screen. puts it up from 15. He hits the shot at the very last second.
Goodness! The pressure.
All right, guys, great first half. Home fans are loving it. Still want to go over a couple of things, though. We've been strong on D, and it's a huge key to where we're at right now. Our defense leads to offense, and that sort of energy is what's getting it done. We did take advantage of their turnovers, I'll say that, and that was big for us. When they made a mistake and tried to give us points, we didn't let the chance slip by. The pace of the game, just to bring that up real quick, isn't a huge concern because I think we're suited to play at any speed. But somewhere in the middle of the tempo spectrum would probably be ideal. And that's all I wanted to go over with you.
Okay, fans, put your hands together.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
The way he was able to attack the rim in that first half, defenders are going to need to start building walls and being connected defensively if they want to have any chance to stop him.
Now, come on, Greg. That's much easier said than done when he's the penetrator. I mean, his speed and agility make him extremely tough to cover.
The Minnesota Timberwolves coming to this one after the win against Golden State.
I mean, no stress in that one. The game almost looked like a shoot-around for him. I mean, amazing at how well they shot the basketball.
And even more impressive, Greg, considering it was on the road. I mean, it's rare that you see a team get that hot away from home.
The athletic duo of Levine and Wiggins on the perimeter. Powell is out there with Towns, and it's Brooks in at the one. And that's the group starting the second half for Sam Mitchell.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range, trading blows from behind the arc.
Mack the pass to Gobert. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. And he can't get the first one.